catastrophic and historic inland flooding emergency continues to paralyze large swaths of Mississippi as the relentless, moisture-packed remnants of Tropical Storm Arthur stall over the Deep South. The National Weather Service, NWS, and the Jackson Weather Forecast Office have classified this as a 1 in 200-year rainfall event for multiple southern and central Mississippi counties. The exceptional longevity of the tropical system, combined with record-shattering precipitable water levels drawn from an anomalously warm Gulf of Mexico, has turned tranquil suburban streets into raging rivers, triggered widespread infrastructure failures, and forced emergency services into around-the-clock water rescue operations. According to preliminary economic and meteorological impact assessments published by AccuWeather, the total structural damage, agricultural losses, and infrastructure destruction caused across the region by Arthur are currently estimated between $4 billion and $6 billion. The Pine Belt region, centered around the city of Hattiesburg, has emerged as one of the primary disaster zones in the state due to rapid hydrological rises in local river systems. Intense stalling rain bands dropped between 10 and 15 inches of rain across Forrest, Lamar, and Jones counties in less than 48 hours. This extreme runoff caused immediate exponential rises in both Bowie Creek and the Leaf River. The NWS has placed Bowie Creek under a high-priority flood warning, with minor to moderate flooding actively engulfing low-lying residential developments. Minor tributaries, including Gordon, Mixon, Burkett, and Priest Creeks, have breached their banks, spilling murky water into local neighborhoods. First responders from the Hattiesburg Fire Department and Forrest County Emergency Management have been operating continuously, utilizing high-water vehicles and swift water rescue boats. In one high-stakes operation, rescue crews successfully extracted an entire family, including an infant, from a home completely surrounded by waist-deep floodwaters. Multiple motorists who ignored barricades were also pulled from submerged vehicles along major local thoroughfares. To combat the creeping floodwaters, local authorities have established multiple emergency sandbag distribution hubs, including Hattiesburg Fire Station, 810 Main Street, the Forrest County Emergency Management Complex, 4080 U.S. Highway 11, and the Northeast Lamar Fire Station, 753 Weathersby Road. Long lines of residents have been observed at these sites as communities race to protect their properties. Further south, near the city of Carriere and Picayune, the storm triggered a terrifying infrastructure crisis that caught the attention of national emergency management agencies. A critical flash flood emergency was officially declared for southern Pearl River County, downstream of the Anchor Lake Dam, along East Hobolochitto Creek. The reservoir's capacity was completely exhausted by torrential rainfall totals, averaging between 8 and 10 inches. Water began violently cascading over both the primary spillway and the auxiliary earthen spillway systems. Fearing a potential structural breach that would release a wall of water into lower-lying residential communities, the Mississippi Emergency Management Agency, MEMA, and local sheriff deputies enacted immediate mandatory evacuations for roughly 30 to 40 homes directly downstream. Structural engineers confirmed that the dam has ultimately held up under the immense pressure. The event highlights the extreme vulnerability of rural infrastructure to climate-driven precipitation spikes. In the nearby city of Picayune, urban drainage systems were instantly overwhelmed. Widespread street flooding reached depths of 2 to 3 feet in residential zones, stranding residents inside their homes and rendering neighborhood roads completely impassable for standard passenger vehicles. The human cost of Arthur's passage through Mississippi was tragically underscored in the southwestern portion of the state, where rugged terrain and dense forests compounded the hazards of flash flooding. Mississippi Governor Tate Reeves officially confirmed a storm-related fatality in rural Franklin County. A dedicated member of a local county road cleanup crew was tragically killed while actively attempting to clear storm debris and fallen trees from a heavily compromised roadway. The torrential downpours saturated the hilly terrain of Franklin and neighboring Amite counties, leading to severe soil instability. Multiple secondary roads suffered total washouts, with raging culverts completely eroding the underlying dirt and asphalt, carving deep chasms that have entirely cut off remote rural communities from emergency services. The interior of the state faced riverine flooding. The immediate coastline, including Gulfport, Biloxi, and Pascagoula, faced a dangerous combination of tropical force winds, torrential downpours, and minor tidal surges. The Mississippi Department of Transportation, MDOT, was forced to shut down multiple lanes of U.S. Highway 90 and key intersections along Interstate 10 due to deep standing water. The intense rain bands, falling at rates exceeding 3 inches per hour, simply could not drain into the Mississippi Sound due to high astronomical tides pushing water inland. The outer wind fields of the decaying tropical system, packing gusts between 45 and 55 miles per hour, brought down dozens of mature oak trees and saturated utility poles. At the height of the storm, tens of thousands of homes and businesses across Harrison, Hancock, and Jackson counties were plunged into darkness, severely complicating local emergency communications and recovery efforts. The sheer volume of water dropped by Tropical Storm Arthur has sparked intense dialogue within the scientific and meteorological communities. Forecasters noted that while a tropical system making landfall in the month of June is not entirely unprecedented, the actual behavior and moisture density of this specific storm were highly anomalous. Federal, state, and local emergency management services across Mississippi are imploring the public to maintain extreme vigilance, even as the primary rain bands exit the region. In Stone County, Sheriff Todd Stewart said there was major flooding across the county, along with downed trees in the White's Crossing area. We are asking everybody to stay at home and do not come out of the house. Give emergency response crews time to get the roadways clear and rescue those that need to be rescued, said Stewart. We are having some severe flooding where people are now asking us to come and evacuate them.
That is insane.
Highway 49 was closed in both directions in Stone County due to flooding, but MHP reopened the road at 4:45 p.m. In Wiggins, officials with the police department said East 5th Avenue was under several feet of water. As of 6 p.m., Wiggins Police Chief Tim Hill said the department had rescued over 50 people from flooding. In Hancock County, a tractor-trailer overturned early Thursday morning on Highway 603 near Crazy Horse Drive. Multiple rescue teams responded in Harrison County throughout the day. Fire Chief Pat Sullivan said Harrison County Fire Rescue, the Harrison County Sheriff's Office, Gulfport Fire Department, and a swift water team spent Thursday clearing roadways and rescuing those in danger. Harrison County Sheriff Matt Haley said at least 45 people were rescued from flooding on Fred Diamond Road.
Look at that.
6 of them were children. In the Swan Lake area, a dam was structurally breached thanks to the overwhelming amount of rain. However, the break was no threat to nearby residents. Meanwhile, campers had to be rescued and dangled from trees over normally tame and shallow Mill Creek in the Perkinston community of Stone County. In other areas of the coast, moisture-downed trees, homes and roads flooded, stalling cars that had to be pulled from the water. A wind gust above hurricane strength was measured, and a tree fell on a house. Emergency managers and the National Weather Service reported. We're starting to get reports of houses flooding and the water is still rising, Melanie Weed of the Hancock County Emergency Management Agency said Thursday afternoon. NWS meteorologist Megan Williams said a wind gust of 78 miles per hour was reported near US 49 and the beach in Gulfport, with another measured gust of 56 miles per hour in Harrison County. She said unconfirmed tornadoes also were reported in Hancock and northwest Harrison counties. The NWS will be on the ground in South Mississippi on Friday to survey the damage. Even with all that rain, Jackson County was just beginning to see bands from Arthur moving in Thursday afternoon. Emergency Manager Earl Etheridge said, "We've got street flooding from one side of the county to the other," he said. Etheridge reported flooded roads, a tree down on a house, spotty power outages, and houses struck by lightning. He said a flotilla from the Jackson County Sheriff's Office helped rescue motorists stranded on Sangani Boulevard near the normally bustling Promenade Shopping Center in D'Iberville. including a Harrison County Sheriff's deputy. "We didn't charge him," Etheridge said, injecting some levity. "Professional courtesy." The flotilla also was dispatched to Stone County, where normally tame Mill Creek overflowed its banks. Dale McQueen, owner of Mill Creek Campground in Perkinston, said the creek is normally 6 inches deep. "This was a record flood," he said. "I don't think it's ever been that high at that property." McQueen and a friend had already rescued 2 campers from the rising water on Thursday when they returned a third time. They loaded onto their boat 3 stranded campers and their pets. The boat stalled and capsized, leaving the occupants to hang onto trees until they reached water where they could stand. He said probably 12 to 15 campers were staying in the RV park, which includes an apartment building and 3 cottages. "Some of them got out on their own," he said, "and some of them refused until it was too late and they couldn't get out." Lingering moisture from Arthur could bring afternoon showers over the next few days. What's left of Arthur is moving off to the north and east, the NWS meteorologist Williams said. "It doesn't look anything like what we remotely saw over the last few days," she said.